In this video, we'll take a look at the new features in Microsoft Teams coming out of Microsoft Build 2024. I'm Gavin Jones, founder and director at MeTime, where we help organizations save time for their employees to do more of the things they love, well-being or increase sales, happening to use Microsoft 365. So if you have even got an inkling that you're not getting the most out of Microsoft 365, or people are tied up, losing files, over collaborating, too much stuff coming in, and just a bit of chaos, then that's what we help organizations do. Book a call using the link in the description below if you want to chat, see if we might be able to work together. Got new videos on Microsoft at Work coming out at least every week, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified every time one of those comes out. Cool, so we're just going to have a quick run through of what came out of Microsoft Build for Microsoft Teams and all the latest developments, some useful, some not, my hot take on it as we scroll through. So slash commands are coming, which I thought was already there in the search box. Seems like they're coming into the compose box where you are going to write a message. Lots of things coming out. Obviously, Build was a developers conference for Microsoft. Seems like a lot of the developments in Teams in this announcement are more for developers rather than for normal people doing normal jobs. I would say coders kind of like quick keyboard shortcuts and slash commands. Normal people, I find, tend not to use them, myself included. But yeah, if you did want to open a new window straight from where you were typing, now you can do that as well. On the same theme, there's code blocks, so you can co-edit code blocks using Loop directly in a chat and presumably in a channel. The general theme is Microsoft don't develop the channels as much as chats, which I think is always a shame, as I say a lot on this channel. On this YouTube channel. Custom emojis and reactions are coming to your Teams, so you can upload your own custom emojis or reactions to personalize the conversation and reflect the Teams culture. I'm hoping that's a user can do that and not an admin, because that'd be not really helping the culture. Use custom emojis to visually share status or share a light-hearted emoji. Once uploaded, custom emojis can only be used within the user's tenant. So if you're a consultant like me, I can't upload a custom emoji and use it with my clients if haven't got a login from them. But once they're sent, they're visible to all members of the chat. So interesting to see if they do that in channels. IT admins can decide who has permission to create custom emojis, delete custom emojis, or turn off the capability altogether. Custom emoji will come into public preview in June. Be interesting to see how you actually make it. Looks like from this screenshot that you upload a picture and that creates an emoji for you. If you watched my last video, Apple just announced they're doing custom emojis with AI, so you can just describe the emoji and it'll create one for you. And it'd be interesting to see if they work together, presuming that they won't, but let's see when it comes out. Unfurling permalinks to see code previews. If you've got a link from Azure DevOps, you can paste that in and it sees the code preview. Again, heavily developer biased. And this is one thing that I thought was already there, bizarrely, because I don't use chats a lot, because like I say in a lot of videos, the best thing you can do is try and get a big open team. The digital equivalent of an open plan office makes everything else further downstream easier or irrelevant. Trying to reduce the amount of things coming into you, reduce the amount of ways you can receive or send communications. So you don't want chats, we don't want internal email, we don't want WhatsApps, we just want to use the Teams channel for work and that all your files live there. And obviously Microsoft's a massive company. They've not bothered to sort out how they're working together. They still use chats and everything. So they're heavily focused on chat. And Meet Now in a group chat, I just assume was already there. Meet Now in a one-to-one chat is obviously there. You can just call, I think, in a group chat. I think that was previously there. Let me know in the comments below if it is or it isn't. And now Meet Now is in a group chat, which you could already do in a channel. So I'm not sure that the technical differences between Meet Now and just calling, because that would just call everyone in the group chat. Maybe they just meets and doesn't call everybody. I'm not sure. But it seems like that's taking the huddle concept from Slack and sticking it into Teams. So looks like it's going to open audio only, and then you can choose to put your video on. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'm not sure about that one, whether that's actually anything different than what it's doing now. Heavily on AI, similar to Apple, you can create images straight from Teams chat. So if you're chatting about something, you can type @designer In the chat box, describe the image that you envision, and everyone in the group chat can see the suggestions and collaborate on refining them using additional prompts, which I'm not sure when you would use that, but let me know in the comments below if that's useful for you. If you're in like design work, then maybe that might be useful, but given some of the other collaborative things that Microsoft's already got, I'm not sure when you would do that. I'm not sure, but let me know in the comments below if you think that's useful. On to meetings. So Microsoft seemingly still keeping Intelligent Recap as well as Copilot around. If you're interested in knowing the difference between them, then watch this video next. In summary, Intelligent Recap takes ages, not useful. When it does return a result, Copilot is instant and live even in the call. Very useful to summarize because the summarization is different between the two. And now Intelligent Recap will be coming to transcription-only meetings. Copilot already can do that, and that's rolling out in June, so let me know if you've got it. Intelligent Recap will support scheduled channel meetings, which again, Microsoft's always deprioritized channel meetings for some reason. Channel meetings are great if you can get them to work because it keeps everything in context in the channel you're working in. If you have a separate meeting, put it in Outlook, it goes into chat and goes into your chat window, and you've sort of lost everything you're talking about, the files and any context, any summarization. If you're using Intelligent Recap or Copilot, all lives in chat. If you do a channel meeting, it all lives in the channel, which everyone else can benefit from seeing, like the digital equivalent of an open plan office, only better because now you're using AI to summarize stuff for you to save you time. So good that it's now coming to channel meetings. And I think Copilot is already available in channel meetings. If you want to know more about meetings, scheduling meetings from a channel and why that's important, then watch this video next. Manage2 can record and transcribe meetings so you can keep confidential meetings protected. It already tells you who is, if meetings recording has started or not. So like you could, if it was confidential, you could just see it there and say, oh no, this is confidential, let's stop recording. But I guess if you wanted some other structure, security around that, then now you can got the ability to not have people do that. I guess if you're, especially if you're in a protected industry. Similarly, disable screen share to protect leakage of information. You can stop people sharing stuff on a Teams call. And then some more about Microsoft Places. So I did do a separate video on Microsoft Places. If you're wondering what that is, you can watch that video next here. And this is coming into public preview, so it looks like it is going ahead. The last video, Microsoft Marketing just randomly released a teaser video about it on YouTube. No other information. It's been announced like 2 years ago and nothing been announced in between, so clearly they've been working on it in the background. And this is where it's trying to help you with hybrid work, know who's in and out of the building. And it does have some, looks like it's got some cool features coming. So at its simplest, it's a desk booking solution, a room booking solution, but also you can like upload your floor plan. You can see who's in each building. You can see, you know, from the Microsoft Graph, it knows who you work with a lot and can say, oh, did you know Carol's in the building today? Maybe you want to go out for lunch with her. So that's pretty cool. Some new screenshots that it's showing. And obviously you can set now a meeting in Outlook to say, look, I want this meeting to be in person. So a few things coming together that make Microsoft Places look pretty compelling, actually, depending on the licensing. Hoping that it just comes as part of the normal license, but who knows, you might need to pay extra. Such is the premiumization of Microsoft's strategy at the moment, seemingly. And then the peak cards look pretty cool. Nice little UI where if you hover over, actually it doesn't say where you hover over, but I'm presuming it's from a person or from a place when you're going to schedule a meeting. It allows you to see all your co-workers' schedules in the Places app, it says. So it looks like, you know, in this one, Ardy, if that's how you pronounce that, and 10 others are in neighborhood G. Book a spot to work there as well, so you can see where everyone else is, and then book a table if you've got a desk booking solution, which Microsoft Places helps with. And also quite cool is that it's bringing a lot of features together. So it's saying knowing which co-workers are nearby. It's much easier with expanded presence features in Places. So it's available and visible across different apps, gives heightened awareness of who's nearby. By keeping their presence updated, employees can make it easier to swing by desks or work neighborhoods. I mean, that's been an American thing. I've never heard an English person say a work neighborhood before. Just the office for impromptu in-person chats or even schedule lunch together. So that's quite cool. Seems like it says in Teams group chats. I wish they'd just do things in channels. People should be working in channels, not in chat. Can see participant locations or type at nearby to notify those around them about an activity or meeting room change. The stupid thing about it being in a chat is if you type, even if you type an at mention in a chat, it still pings everybody, unless you it's like accepting that most people get annoyed with a group chat and have muted every group chat that they're in, and then therefore miss things. Not so if you go in a Teams channel. If you want any more convincing that you should go into Teams channels, check out this video next. Or sign up for our free course. It's a previous webinar split up into bite-sized videos, really getting the gist of how to save a lot of time for your employees at work just by simplifying stuff in Microsoft Teams. Predominantly, it's free. Just click the link in the description below if you're interested in that. You can now share contact information about people in a chat. So rather than just bringing them into the chat, you can just share someone's contact info in the chat. So like, I'll maybe go and catch up with Babak in this instance, and it'll just put his contact card in there for someone else to see, and they can go and contact him separately rather than bring him into that chat. Copilot in Teams meetings is now coming to mobile. Long gone are the days where it was mobile first. When Satya first came into Microsoft, now seems like iOS mobile apps in Teams are way behind the desktop app, which is, I think, a shame, because lots of people just want to move on to their phones and iPads, and actually it's just not as good as the desktop app, unfortunately. Copilot Teams meetings is now coming to mobile after the meeting. It specifically says after the meeting, so I'm not sure if it was already available during the meeting or if it's not available during the meeting now, because it's not very as good as the desktop app. I don't find myself using iOS app to actually run a proper meeting. Let me know in the comments below if you've got Copilot and you use the phone or iPad app. Let me know if that is available or not using the comments below. New languages are supported, so if you're Arabic, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, Hebrew, Hungarian, Korean, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Swedish, Thai, or Turkish, you can now use that in Intelligent Meeting Recap. Meeting Recap and artifacts automatically shared in chat after a meeting, so nice little new UI change where it just puts all of the assets back into a little box after the meeting that someone can just go and click View Recap or get back to any files that were shared, or the transcript. Again, like I said in this video about Apple, if you're paying for Microsoft 365 and one of the benefits, the main benefit, I'd say, the most useful feature is summarizing a meeting afterwards using Copilot. It would be really useful if it just did that for you on the front. Said, look, this was the meeting, here's the summary, rather than saying, well, we're not really sure what you want, so you're going to have to go into Recap, go into Copilot, then ask Copilot a specific question, or click one of the pre-built things, main one being generate a meeting summary, and then see the summary there in a separate window. If they know that it's useful to have all of your assets together after the meeting, it'd be way useful if it just did a summarization for you there, like a one sentence summarization, what was the meeting about, then maybe click see more and it gives you a longer summary, and then you can jump into Copilot if you want. It doesn't do that right now, but that is a nice little UI change anyway. Trim meeting recording in Microsoft Stream. I thought you could already trim a meeting in Microsoft Stream. Again, as Microsoft announce things, they don't like say, oh yeah, you could already do this and we're changing it to this. They just like re-announce it as if it's something brand new, which sometimes makes you think like you're going mental. I'm pretty sure you could already trim a meeting recording, but presumably it deleted it, and this is just saying, look, now it doesn't delete it, it's trimming it, which just hides the part of the video from your viewers, so it's like a non-destructive delete. If it just said that, that'd be a lot clearer than just announcing a new thing as if you couldn't do that before, which yes, trimming a meeting is useful, especially if you're like recording more like an internal webinar, so it's really just a meeting that's recorded and you want to trim out the first bit, or maybe you had like loads of waffle at the end or forgot to record and someone's hanging around afterwards, you can just trim that before you shared the video out, which is useful. HubSpot integration into Teams webinars looks good. So I use HubSpot. I don't pay for it. I just use the free version. If you do use HubSpot now, you can gather the emails of people that are joining a webinar and put them back into a HubSpot marketing activity. And then lastly, there's some new things for frontline workers. So you can import a schedule from Excel into your Shifts app. I don't know any companies for my consulting work that actually uses the Shifts app in anger, because it usually either incorporates into their HR system or their door clocking system. If you use it, let me know in the comments. Really interested to hear how you get on with it. But now you can import a schedule from Excel. You can track the usage of frontline teams and apps in the admin center if you're an admin. And the task publishing that I think started in Teams and now is moving to Planner is actually getting an update where you can inspect someone's work before it's actually marked completed. So it goes to their manager to make sure that task is completed before it's set up. So let me know what you think of that, and anything else that we covered today, let me know in the comments below. If you've got any video suggestions or any questions you want me to answer, ask those in the comments. Usually get around to them. And if you, before you leave, like the video, click the thumbs up button. It really helps us in the algorithm, as just as watching this until this point. If you want to join all these other people that got some perks, then click the join button underneath this video to either get quick access to Q&A in the comments, early access to videos, or access to our training courses, some of which have been sold previously for up to £6,000 for a low monthly fee, and live Q&A with me once a week if I'm available. If you book enough in advance, then I will make sure I'm available. Click the join button below this video if you're interested in that and help support the channel. Also, you can click super thanks if you want to give a one-off donation, just to help keep these videos coming out on YouTube. But really appreciate all your support. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.